Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man. It's another Regulatory Tuesday and I'm glad to have you all back finally. I'm sorry about my absence. Now this is an article from The Federalist. And before you go all, well, The Federalist is extremely right-wing. How could you even possibly believe this? Well, there are other corroborating instances that I've seen about this. The big thing I want you to read here is the headline. California passes law allowing 12-year-olds to get tax-paid transgender treatments. Now, Denise Schick, the author of this article, wrote it September 24th, 2018. And the law does provide the rights of minors and non-minors in foster care to, without parental consent, seek transgender reassignment treatment. Now, we know from a lot of the medical research that 12 years old is way too young to be doing this stuff. And in a state where you can't even buy a gun until you're 18, buy a handgun until you're 21, and can't even smoke until you're 21 or drink until you're 21. How do they expect a 12-year-old to make an informed decision? In fact, the only thing they seem to want to push in California to reduce the age on is voting rights and medical consent rights. Now, this comes back again to the age of consent argument that we are having currently in this country. But the big thing that this really comes into is the fact that all of these people that have just been given this right to seek gender reassignment treatments without parental consent will also be taxpayer paid because they are all children and they are all covered on Medi-Cal. Now, Medi-Cal is the Medicaid version of California's program. And so all of these people will be paid for not just by state taxes, but by federal taxes to go through these gender reassignment surgeries, which are realistically not proven to be very effective. Now, this article goes into a lot of detail about this. But the big question I think everybody needs to be talking about is, why isn't this on the news? What makes California lawmakers think that children as young as 12 should be able to medically sterilize themselves permanently? And what makes them think that a person at the age of 12 has the mental capacity to make that decision? These are life-changing treatments. They will alter the person's chemistry and alter their physiology, and in some cases will be completely irreversible. In most cases will be completely irreversible. And in many cases, starting at the age of 12, will make it so that the person cannot fully transition either, because there won't be enough secondary sexual development to perform the surgeries completely. So this realistically is a dangerous legalized form of child abuse that's going to be taxpayer funded, because these people will never, ever, ever be able to figure out what is going on in their minds if we flood their developing brains with multiple sets of hormones causing all sorts of different reactions. This is just a horrible law. And I feel bad for the conservatives and the reasonably minded people in California who did not support this. Remember, people, elections have consequences. And perhaps it's time that you stood up and had your vote seriously counted. Well, thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe or follow me on my other social media. Also, don't forget to check out my live streams that I do on Monday and Tuesday nights. I will include a link to the article down below, as well as a link to all my other social media and my Teespring and Redbubble account. Please feel free to peruse what I've got up there and perhaps purchase something to help support this channel. And as always, have yourself a beautiful day.